Corners. I am Sergeant Seidel. I will be conducting individual training today on determining location on the ground by Terrain Association. This is in accordance with STP 21-1 or 21-2 CMCT and referencing TC 3-25.26. Risk mitigation for today is low. Be mindful of watch out for heat injuries, bugs, and COVID-19. It is the responsibility of all DoD personnel and civilians to preserve the environment. Task condition standards. Task is to determine location on the ground by Terrain Association. Foreign Disclosure 1. This training product has been reviewed by the training developers in coordination with the G2, Fort Benning, Georgia, 31905 Foreign Disclosure Office. This training product can be used to instruct international military students from all approved countries without restrictions. Conditions. You are a member of a squad or team in a field environment and have been directed to determine your squad's team's current location. You have a 1 to 50,000 scale military map, a compass, a coordinate scale, and protractor, or plotting scale, a pencil, and paper. Some iterations of this task will be performed in MOP 4. Today we will be not performing in MOP 4. Standards. Orient the map, identify a type of terrain on which you are located, as well as the type of terrain that surrounds your location. Correlate the terrain features on the ground to those that are shown on the map. Determine the 6-digit grid coordinates of your location. Special conditions for today are none. Special standards, none. Safety risk is low, and MOP 4 will not be worn. At this time, I am going to demonstrate how to properly orient the map by Terrain Association and plot a 6-digit grid. I will explain to you what I had demonstrated by orienting your location on the ground, determining location on the ground by Terrain Association. First, I had oriented the map. There are 3 ways to orient a map. Using a compass, a magnetic arrow of the compass that points to a magnetic north. As such, pay special attention to the declination diagram as shown on the bottom of your 1 to 50,000 scale map. In this case, the declination angle is 5.4 degrees. To convert magnetic azimuth to the grid azimuth, subtract the GM angle. So you're going to subtract the GM angle. Using Terrain Association, this method is typically used when a compass is not available or when the user has to make many quick references as he moves across country. For my reference, I have used some of the terrain features that are in the key down here. The main one that I saw was Lost Army Airfield, which is located in that general direction over there. Knowing that, and based where the airfield is on the map, I can determine that since it's over there and I move, this is north, because the map says so on. Right here is where Lost Army Airfield is. We are somewhere in this general vicinity, so I'm pointing in that direction. direction. Going off of that, you can determine north is this way. Going that way, this way. Using a field expedient method, these methods are used when a compass is available and there are no recognizable terrain features. To orient a map using a compass, what you're going to do is you're going to open up the compass. You're going to look for the northern arrow, which is the one pointing upwards. It has a white line on it. Whichever way it's pointing north, you will line that up with the map of where it is pointing north. In this case, north is up this way. Terrain features that surround my location that I had also found was Dixie Road that runs about right here. Non-Dixie Road will be making a left-hand turn coming from Boston Army Airfield, and you'll end up right by Sightseeing Chapel. Once you end up by Sightseeing Chapel, you continue to go forward until you make it to Peated Field. And on the map here, you can see Peated Field is marked by a small black box, which dictates down here, right here, that it is a building or structure. Once you've found your building or structure, you'll go into determining your 6-digit grid. For determining your 6-digit grid, you will need a pencil and a protractor. Because it is a 1 in 50,000 scale map, you will use the 1 in 50,000 scale meter triangular box up here. I found where I was, placing it on where the grid square is. And you go off of your 4-digit grid, and then you'll continue with that. 4-digit grid is going to be longitude and then latitude. So it'd be 90 and 80. Like I said again, the grid square will be going off of the lower left-hand corner of that grid square box. Once you get there, you will place the triangle to the left until you get in line with your longitude lines over here. Determining your 6-digit grid, it will be longitude, latitude, whatever numbers you get down here, across left to right. And then the other part will be latitude and longitude, going off the numbers going up and down. So for this particular one, it will be 90, 4, 87. That is the 6-digit grid of the building at Peated Field. At this time, I'll provide a pen and paper for any soldiers before I train soldiers. I'll go over the task completion standards again before they can practice. The task is to determine location on the ground by terrain association. The training product has been reviewed by the training developers in coordination with the G2 Fort Benning, Georgia 31905 Foreign Disclosure Officer. This training product can be used to instruct international military students from all approved countries without restrictions. Conditions. You are a member of a squad or team in a field environment and have been directed to determine your squad's location, squad team's current location. You have a 1 to 50,000 scale military map, a compass, coordinate, scale, and protractor or plotting scale, a pencil and paper. Some iterations of this task should be performed in Map 4. Daniel will not perform in Map 4. Standards. Orient the map, identify a type of terrain, on which you are located, as well as the type of terrain that surrounds your location. Correlate the terrain features on the ground to those that are shown on the map. Determine the 6-digit grid coordinates of your location. Special conditions are none. Special standards are none. Safety risk is low. And the Mach 4 is not going to be presented today. The risk mitigation, be mindful of heat injuries, so make sure you're hydrating. Bugs, we have provided bug spray, and COVID-19, so make sure that you're all spaced out during these iterations. For my volunteers, do I have any questions at this time of how to use Terrain Association to orient a map and to plot grid points?
Hey, Sean.
So Trina, you might come forward and I'll provide you with a pen and paper. A separate page of paper. I would like you, Sergeant Trina, to Terrain Associate and find Boston Army Airfield and plot one of the buildings on the map as shown wherever it could be on the map. And I need you to get a 6-digit grade. Santiago, would you mind coming up here and plotting one of the points of a building on Boston Army Airfield, given a blank piece of paper, pen, and protractor? I need you to determine where you are physically. Alright, Sergeant. I'm Sergeant Seidel. Today we had conducted training today on determining a location on the ground by terrain association. It's in accordance with STP 21-1 and 21-2 CMCT and referencing TC 3-25.26. Risk mitigation for today was low. Be mindful to watch out for the heat injuries that we have provided water for, the bugs that we provide bug spray for, and COVID-19 we had everybody spaced out. And responsibility of all DoD personnel and civilians to preserve the environment. All right, Sergeant, what happened today?
Conduct find a good point on terrain association.
What's one improvement and one sustained?
One sustained, Sergeant, would be to have an eligible instructor once again, and then one improved would be to if we could actually do it in the woods for actual terrain association a little bit better, Sergeant.
All right, so today we have conducted determining a location on the ground by terrain association. It's in accordance with STP 21-1 and 21-2 CMCT and referencing TC 25-26. Risk mitigation for today was low, and we watched out for heat injuries, bugs, and COVID-19. And responsibility of all DoD personnel and civilians to preserve the environment. One improvement was a highly motivated instructor, and sustained was a highly motivated instructor. Improvement was to actually do terminating the terrain association out in the woods. At this time, Staff Sergeant, we have one trained and one untrained. Training will be held tomorrow at 1300 at Peating Field. Here, same uniform, helmet, gloves, iPro, Air 670-1 boots, and full kit.